Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rizzano, and welcome back to another episode of the world famous Universal Love, the best podcast in uno, dos, tres galaxies. Okay, but you and I, we just call this show Online Marketing Moves. We're coming to you live today. Coming to you from the train tracks. We at the CSX rail yard here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a great place to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been 3 days, 4 days. By the time this show records, it's going to be Thursday. I'm recording on Wednesday night. I will tell you I recorded a show yesterday, but it was the worst show I think I ever recorded. So I completely scrapped it. It was pure garbage. I made no sense. I made no points. It was pure garbage. And it happens every now and then. I mean, I know there's been shows. Listen, there have been shows that I know I probably haven't been the best. And I know some shows I'm like, wow, that was really good. But yesterday was absolutely the worst show because I made absolutely zero sense. And I went back and I listened to it a little bit and I was about to upload it and I said, you know what? This is garbage. And so here we are. Re-record 24 hours later. Alright, but today we're going to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about getting customers, okay? And ladies and gents, boys and girls, children of all ages, listen up and listen up good. In order for you to have a business, you have to have customers. It sounds like no crapola, homeboy. Tony, duh, okay? But some people, they play business, you know, they're not really in the business of making money. So they hang out on Facebook all day instead of trying to acquire customers, you know? Because honestly, I don't know about Facebook. Facebook is the home of free information, and you don't want the person always looking for free. You don't want the schlub always looking for something free, always looking for a deal, for a bargain, you know. Can you imagine if you had let's say you was a coach, okay? And I'll tell you what, I don't know if you watch basketball or not, but there's a guy, he started training Michael Jordan. His name was Tim Grover, and he started training Michael Jordan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you have a price. He probably trained people at a reasonable price before Michael Jordan came along. After he trained Michael Jordan, after people seen the results of Michael Jordan, after Michael Jordan won 6 championships, how much do you think this guy's going to charge for you to train him? He's going to not even work with you. He's going to work with other multi-millionaire athletes. So you are not even on his radar at this point. You know why? Because he has positioned himself as somebody that can charge a lot because he worked with the best of the best of the best. Okay? And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying you have to be the most high-end person or try to charge an arm and a leg every time, but you want to be able to make money. You want to be able to charge a decent price. You know, every course we all know is not going to be $999. Every product you make, we know is not going to be $2,500. Okay, we all know that, but you want to have a list that is responsive. You want to have a list of customers that are willing to spend money on your products, okay? You don't want the people that's hanging around waiting on 30 page free reports every 3 months, every month, you don't want that. And because you're in the business of, contrary to popular belief, at the end of the day, we're all in the business of making money. It's a results. This is results based. Life is results based. How'd you do? What'd you get? How much did you make? So what happened? Did you get the girl or not? Did you get the guy or not? You put in effort. It's like dating. Dating is like acquiring a customer. You put in a lot of effort to get a customer, to get somebody that could be a potential mate for life, You court them, you date them, you do the things that you think are necessary, to acquire this customer. And this is the same as in business. You have to spend money, you have to, especially it depends on the kind of, most people are looking for, a lot of people are looking for customers that's going to spend like, Amazon, like e-commerce, or Walmart, stuff like that. Most people are looking for customers like that. But you still want customers that is going to be willing to pay top of the line money or very little money on products that you produce. You want to have, now everybody's not going to be, it's funny, people think that everybody is going to be a rabid fan of theirs. No. Everybody's not going to be the most rabid fan. Everybody's not going to be the most engaged, but you want to speak to those people that are engaged all the time. You want to be able to have the ability to sell to them, upsell to them, because the best way to make money is to sell to a person that you just sold to, okay? And you can find upsells, you can find that stuff. A lot of this stuff is not hard. It's just you have to take your time. You have to figure out which way you want to go, which direction you want to go into, and then you have to go in that direction. But let's get back to acquiring a customer. Now, I will say this. There are many ways for you to get a customer, and I'm going to tell you something. When it comes to getting their information, get as much info as possible, okay? Do not just get an email address. If you can get an email address and a phone number, great. If you can get an email address, a phone number, a house phone number, a mailing address, beautiful, okay? If you can get all that, you'll be doing something special, okay? And you want to make sure that you are bringing in new customers on a regular basis. You want to make sure that you are gaining, you are adding to your email list every day, every week, every month. And check it out, Make sure you scrub your list. Make sure that these people have legit email addresses. Be up front about that. Be uptight about that. Make sure that you are doing the right things, because these email platforms, they charge you a lot of money sometimes if you have 5,000 on the email list. But what if 400 of those people have bad email addresses? You can knock off 400 people, and that's 4,600, and they probably will charge you a different price. So when you're bootstrapping something, you definitely want to not blow your whole budget. You know what I mean? So be careful about that, and that's why you check your list every day. You scrub it. You not kick people off that haven't opened an email in a year. Then get rid of them. You know what I mean? It's just. You don't want to. Everybody's not gonna buy all the time, but it's like, come on, if you're on my email list and you never open an email within a year, it's like, why are you here? What are you, a spy? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm not dealing with that, But I read something a while ago from Dan Kennedy, and it said, whoever's willing to spend the most money to get a customer will win in business, and that is true. And you can spend as much as possible, but that's why I'd say, if you spend a lot of money, get all the information you can. Squeeze that turnip to his last drop. Email address, telephone number, mailing address. You can send them postcards. You can send them all kinds of things. And you have a strong customer. If they are referred, or if they found out about you through a referral, that's great. If they find out about you on their own, that's excellent as well. I would be, especially if you're new, especially in the beginning, be careful about paid leads, paid traffic. I will watch that kind of stuff, but there's all kinds of ways to get people's. There's all kinds of ways to acquire customers, and you might not think about this, but you want to be building that list from the time you want to be building your list. As soon as you say, "Hey, I'm going to make money. I'm going to make money. I'm going to make money on my own. I'm going to make money through this product, through this service." You'll want to start acquiring emails then, and keeping them. So if you have kids or something like that, and you think, hey, this kid might be an entrepreneur, if they start getting people's email addresses, tell them to keep them, tell them to make good records about this kind of stuff. But yeah, it's not hard getting a customer. There's different ways you can go about it. There's different avenues you could take, different roads you could take. You can have paid leads. They can find you. They can be referred through a friend, through somebody that knows you, somebody that has dealt with you, somebody that has bought your products. And then there's other ways, like they might find you on social media. You find them, but there's not a right way or wrong way. But you want to make sure that they are. You want to make sure they're going to be great customers. So if I was you, make sure you get the email address and the telephone number. And if they say, "I don't want to give you my telephone number," then everything is such public record anyway. It does not matter if you think your cell phone's private. And plus, what do you do if somebody calls your number, you don't know them? You don't answer the phone, right? Of course you don't. When's the last time you answered the phone for a complete stranger? Probably never. You know what I mean? And so people had to get out of this idea about privacy and all this kind of stuff, because if you use cell phones, if you use social media, you have no privacy. They spy on you all the time. It's not. They have all your information. They probably know what do you watch at such time. All this stuff is kind of figured out by the government. So you trying to live in secrecy is not going to work. All right. So if they act funny with the email address, then just put the socks on. And put the socks on. Sorry about that. I got to think about my daughter for a second there, But anyway, yeah. But acquiring a customer is try to get the email address, try to get the phone number. Like I said, if they don't want to give you that, then they're probably not going to be a good fit anyway. And try to get the mailing address, because people like when you send them postcards and all that kind of stuff. And so, do that. And if you have to, now I'm going to tell you this. Yeah, you can spend money, but at the same time, don't ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what happened, but the phone cut off and that was it. But we were talking about acquiring customers. Now I was about to say, before I got going, do not, if you have, to acquire a customer, you don't have to give away the farm. You don't have to give away everything for free. A lot of times people tell you, oh, give value, to acquire a customer, and those are the people looking for free stuff. You don't want those. You don't want those kind of customers. You know what I mean? And somebody's always gonna be looking for deals, looking for free, looking for the cheapest thing possible. Then you don't want them. You want somebody that's gonna spend money. I'm not saying you price gouge. I'm not saying you have to charge people arm and leg every time. Some things you're gonna charge a lot for. Some things you're not gonna charge a lot for. It's just a mixed bag. But you don't want the person always looking for free. You don't want that person. That's annoying. That's super annoying, and you don't want that. All right. And so don't give away the farm trying to get an email address. What are these people doing? But yeah, don't give away the farm trying to get an email address. Don't give somebody War and Peace. Hey, you want a 1,000-page article about email marketing? Nah, that's a lot. Don't do that. But there's so many ways you can go about acquiring a customer. But like I said, make sure you get the phone number. Make sure you get the email address. If you can, get the mailing address. But eventually you will. If you give away something like a free T-shirt, you can easily get people's email addresses. Okay. I know I always see people. They're like, I'm gonna offer you a free book, and then of course it's shipping and handling charge. But they're like, give me your address and I'll ship you the book. Now they have your address. Boom, just like that. They spent $8 getting your address, or they didn't even spend the $8 getting your address. You pay the $8 for shipping and handling. The book was already published. The book was probably just sitting around there collecting dust, and now you pay $8 to get it shipped to your house, and you gave them your email address. So you see how that works. Sometimes you don't have to fork out money to collect the email address. But you don't want to be. At the same time, you don't want to be cheap when it comes to trying to acquire customers. So have an open mind. Think outside the box. Try different things. Just don't go on one platform. Just don't go on one medium. Just don't go on Facebook trying to find customers. There's a whole universe. There's offline marketing, online marketing. I know this show is called Online Marketing Moves, but we should just call the show Marketing Moves, because we are trying to market you. We are trying to show you how to market yourself. Does not matter whether you do it online, offline. Does not matter. The better you can position yourself, the better you can market yourself, the more money you will make, and the better off you will be. So just remember that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the podcast. We will be back tomorrow with the all-new episode of Online Marketing Moves. And until then, my name is Tony Rosano. Thank you for listening. Good night. Let me say good night to my daughter, since I was distracted by her. Good night, little baby. Your daddy loves you. And hey, I like you guys too. I love you guys. And thank you for listening. And as always, everybody, peace.